money, big TVs, and oil and war and everything else.
So true.
So that's kind of how I work. It's telling stories, whether they're my stories or somebody else's.
Well, do you look at it as though you're sitting around a campfire telling a story to somebody, or are you envisioning yourself in front of mass quantities of people, or or is this truly a personal thing for you?
Yeah, it's very personal. It's very cathartic. I like to kind of either imagine myself either a campfire or Madison Square Garden, whichever. It's any of those, any of the above.
Okay. Well, that's the fact that you answer it in that fashion. At least it tells me that you're putting a lot of thought and a lot of love into the music, a lot of meaningfulness into the music, instead of having it just be something that's mass-produced trash. And I know the few cuts that I've heard off of your, from your CDs. It comes across that way. It comes across as being something that's very meaningful, and that's one of the things that we do try to feature here on the show.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
It was certainly meant that way.
I like my music to mean something to people. If anybody can empathize with what I write, that's what it's all about for me.
Now, you mentioned when we first started talking that the track we just played, Belong, was a little bit on the rockish side. Tell the listeners about your style of music. I know they're going to hear the title tune from your newest CD here in a few minutes, but tell a little bit about your style of music and, how we hate to categorize here. We love to cross the lines, go outside the edges and out of the box, and but there has to be, everybody has to have a little bit of classification, rock, pop, country, whatever. How do you classify your music?
It's definitely rock music. It's got its roots in rock music. A lot of my big influences are the 80s hair rock, like Bon Jovi and all that sort of side of things. Poison, Motley Crue. They were all my sort of big influences when I was younger. Plus things like Springsteen, Tom Petty, that very sort of like AOR rock kind of sound. And I've always strived to bring that into it somehow, but there's a little bit of a mixture in there. There's a bit of Brit rock in there. There's some Bowie-esque bits in there. My producer is a big Bowie fan, and we've put some very British-sounding bits in there as well. So it's a bit of a mixture, and I get some really nice compliments back from the fans about that as well. So I kind of like to mix it up.
Speaking of your fans now, are you touring over there at the time?
No. I'm very busy on the second album right now.
Do you have a tour planned in the near future?
We're hoping to do some dates next year. We're hoping to do some in 2014.
Are you going to try to tour at all in the States?
Oh, now you're talking. Yes, please. Any promoters listening, let me know.
Well, actually, we do have, I know we have a few promoters who do track this show. Every now and then I get I get stacks of email wanting to know if I can get an artist on the show, and we do, in fact, listen to all the artists. Believe it or not, as much of a task as it can be at times, we do listen to all the submissions. We appreciate, for those of you who might be listening and want to send us something, send us your EPK along with a current biography. That will give us a launching place, and if we can work something out in the future, we'd love to have you on the show. That's matter of fact, that's how we get some of our acts for the show. And Sean, I want you, if you would, please tell us about your current CD, the one from which we're going to be playing the title tune, "Goodbye Rose," here very shortly. If you'd tell us about the album.
Yeah, we've kind of got two albums on the go at once at the moment, and "Goodbye Rose" is the second single off of the second album. And the second album's going to be called "Midnight in Paris," whereas the first album was called 3 a.m. in the morning. Now, I always manage to confuse DJs with that because we've got two albums going at the same time. So my apologies for that. But yeah, "Goodbye Rose" is a lovely, lovely song. It's an absolutely wonderful song that my producer wrote probably 20, 25 years ago. And
Really?
he's been looking for someone to actually put the vocals down for it for a long time. And he he played it to me and he said, "Do you want to do the vocals on it?" And it was like, well, yeah, absolutely. It's a wonderful song. Wonderful song. A beautiful ballad.
I think our listeners are really going to like it. And Sean, if you would, one more time, tell the listeners how they can find you and find your music online.
Okay, no problem. You can find me at the website, which is www.seancbryant.com, and that's ShaunCBryant.com. And I'm on all the usual social sites like Facebook, Twitter. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on SoundCloud, YouTube as well. If you want to see some of the videos, I'm everywhere basically. So just put Shaun C. Bryant into Google. I'm sure you'll find me.
All right, and I do want to emphasize, because it is a is a question about the spelling. I want to make sure that people understand it's ShaunC. Bryant, Shaun C. Bryant. And I want to thank you very much for joining us stateside here from lovely London, England today. Shaun Bryant, it's been a pleasure to have you with us. We'll look forward to having you back again in the future, maybe after you get your next album.
Absolutely. Been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Thanks for playing the tunes and thoroughly enjoying the show. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, Shaun.
We appreciate it, and we appreciate you dropping by and sharing your music with us. Ladies and gentlemen, Shaun C. Bryant and Goodbye Rose.
Goodbye, Rose. Did I see a little sadness in your eyes? My. Goodbye, Rose. The time has come to leave and I must fly. My. Apart, and the pain you left leaves me cold inside. All your lying takes its toll, and it hurts me to my soul. And the pain you left drives me on inside. Goodbye, Rose. Take Goodbye, Rose. Did I see a little sadness in your eyes? My, goodbye, Rose. The time has come to leave and I must fly. My,
Sean C. Bryant and Goodbye Rose. I like that song. That is really, really a neat song. What'd you think about that, John Bon Jovial?
Oh, that was nice. Nice melody, beautiful steel guitar in there. I mean, it's very reminiscent of some of the mellower country from the late 70s, early 80s. I think this guy's on a roll. I think he's got a bright future ahead of him.
I was thinking the same thing. I hear and sense crossover all over that song. I mean, it's something that the rock stations can play, the country stations could play. It's definitely got crossover appeal.
It was like back in the day when we were on the air and Tampa radio and we were playing crossover stuff. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the good old days. Sean C. Bryant, and thank you so much for being with us, Sean. Moving right along, we're supposed to have some transitional music there. Where'd it go?
Here we go.
And a little transition from artist known as Jafefa. One of the days we're going to have to talk about Jafefa and maybe get him in here on the show. I think the listeners would like to hear his story, but we want to thank him for our transitional music.
I like putting that on my food, salt and Jafefa.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, moving right along now. We're going to bring on our next guest, who is also coincidentally coming from London, England. It wasn't planned this way. It just worked out, and we're glad it did because I've had the pleasure of talking to this gentleman in the past, and he is one really neat guy. He does some absolutely listenable music, and you're going to hear one of them right now, which I had the pleasure of playing on another show I did a year or two ago, and it is kind of an American salute in the, not so much in the sound, but in the type, in the theme of Woody Guthrie's Salute to America. This is Robbie Boyd, and the song is called Oh, Alaska.
oh, Alaska, won't you give me shelter and take me under your wing? Oh, Alaska, I heard you're the last great place the earth has ever seen. Oh, Alaska, won't you take me somewhere I can go to get a change of pace? Oh, Alaska, can you paint me a picture of your beautiful embrace? Dreaming of home, can you see it? I've been here for too long, can you feel it? I'm moving home to the last frontier. But if you gotta move on, let me hear it. You got to be strong to achieve it. We'll do it our way on the last frontier. Oh, Alaska, I'll look north to the future. That's how I want to live my life. Oh, Alaska, be mine. Mother Nature, I can't wait to see your northern lights. Oh, Alaska, come a little closer. I have nearly reached your silver shore. Oh, Alaska, you're not like the others. You can show me what I'm looking for.